Emergency is an Italian non-governmental organization that provides medical care to victims of war and other forms of violence. In 2001, during the civil war in Sierra Leone, Emergency built a surgical hospital in Godrich, a village in the suburbs of Freetown. The war in Sierra Leone is over, but healthcare in the country is still in a state of emergency.
There was a big bus accident. We have received about 22 patients. One is in very critical condition. She has a severe head trauma. 2 lost their legs. And the other ones have fractures, abrasions, simple things. 22 simultaneous patients. We go into another routine in the hospital, and that's why we set up the triage center in the physiotherapy department, and everything is postponed and focused on this. Now we're finishing. As you see, we're cleaning up, and that's it.
Emergency provides free treatment in poor countries where healthcare is not free. It promotes a culture of peace and respect for human rights and contrasts violence in all its forms.
Riconoscere che la filosofia che c'è dietro Emergency colpisce le persone e i volontari in Italia credono fermamente in quello che Emergency fa, cioè loro credono veramente che utilizzare le armi sia una cosa sbagliata e che sia giusto garantire a tutti lo stesso livello di cure mediche. No, tu sei ricco, sei bianco, hai soldi, ti puoi guarire, tu sei nero, povero, muori, sono fatti tuoi. E questa è la filosofia bella di Emergency.
Its anti-war militancy sometimes puts the organization in opposition with political establishments. But everybody acknowledges that its hospitals are models of commitment and equal efficient treatment for all.
Sierra Leone has one of the highest death rates in child mortality in the world. And Emergency first opened the hospital very close after the war. We opened in 2001 the first time, and we opened as a war hospital. We always are very, very interested in offering medical assistance free of charge, and perhaps overall that it has to be within high standards of care. Sometimes the resources may be low, nonetheless the standards always are high.
Initially started as a surgical hospital, Emergency gradually began admitting also orthopedic patients. In 2002, Emergency built a pediatric outpatient department for the treatment of malaria, anemia, and respiratory infections.
Quello che si può fare noi lo facciamo, quello che non si può fare bisogna ammettere che non si può fare. Quindi sì, sicuramente c'è un modo di reagire diverso, lo vedi anche nei confronti della morte questo, in Italia quando ti muore un bambino è una cosa che magari anche qui loro lo sentono e lo percepiscono come un dolore senza paragoni, però per qualsiasi cosa c'è proprio un'accettazione completamente diversa, per quello che secondo me non è paragonabile, perché noi non siamo abituati ad avere questo tipo di cose. Io non lo so proprio com'è fare la madre qua, non lo posso sapere, non posso neanche giudicare.
Che quella filosofia probabilmente più importante che Emergency cerca di portare un po' in tutti i suoi ospedali è quella di fornire anche in paesi in via di sviluppo cure di livello, di alto livello, esattamente o per quanto si può, perché poi le condizioni locali molto spesso non favoriscono, ma per quanto si può dello stesso livello che viene offerto ai pazienti europei o americani o quello che è. Insomma, credo che questo sia veramente molto importante.
Although staying in public hospitals does not cost, patients in Sierra Leone must pay fees for treatments, medicines, operations, and doctors. This means that poor people that cannot afford treatments and other medical services are left to misery and death. Even minor problems like fractures can degenerate into serious and irreversible deformities. Malaria is widespread and is one of the major causes of high mortality amongst children. People frequently suffer from gastrointestinal and respiratory infections, while scabies and worms are prevalent amongst children.
Perhaps the first challenge that came to my mind is that if we had 20 hospitals in this country, we would fill them all. But we have one. And we have very strict and clear admission criteria that involve, again, the standards of care. So what we can do, and what we can do very well, we are here and we do. The needs of the country are far greater than anything that we can provide. So sometimes you have to be the one that reminds everyone which are the admission criteria, which are the rules, and sometimes it's compromising.
The work that you do here is also based on the donation of the people in Europe who supports the work that you are doing. What would you like to tell them?
A big thank you. And if they were all here, I'll give them a hug.